In this presentation, you will learn about housing in Monterey. In this video, we will talk about where to look for housing, questions to ask your landlord, and hear some student stories. First, it's important to consider location when looking for housing. MIIS is located in Monterey, but you may also look for housing in Seaside or Pacific Grove for alternative options. First, let's start with one of the easiest ways to find housing at MIIS, the Facebook page. When you become a student at MIIS, you are able to join the MIIS Housing Facebook page. On this page, people post rooms and houses available for rent in the Monterey area. Some of these postings are listed only here and no other sites, which makes it especially useful. There are many different postings, usually that include photos and descriptions of the room available. Usually there will be a price listed as well as when it is available. Additionally, other details such as the cost of utilities or a description of the furniture may be included. Some people also include a description of the roommates or the house itself. Pictures are usually included and helpful to know what the house looks like. Other options besides the Facebook page include Craigslist and Apartment List and Zillow, which are all websites where you can search for housing. Here is an example of a Craigslist page. Usually with Craigslist, you will find rooms in houses that are for rent. They usually include the price, a description, and pictures. You usually have to contact the person who posted the room via email. The other websites, Apartment List and Zillow, are usually for whole apartments for 1, 2, 3, or even more people. Usually they are unfurnished. In addition to your search, it's good to have some questions prepared to think about or to ask your future landlord. The first of these include cost. For example, how much is rent? A very simple question, but one that is very important. Rent can range between $600 and $2,000 in the Monterey area per month. Rent usually depends on location, number of rooms in the house, as well as other logistical things. Another question to consider is if there is a security deposit. This is usually something that you must pay the landlord up front when you move into your house or apartment. You will receive the money back when you move out, as long as everything is clean and there is no damage. Additionally, it is important to ask if utilities are included. For some, the utilities are included in the rent, but some are not. It is good to ask about the average cost of things like water and electricity and trash if the utilities are not included, so you can have a good idea of the actual amount you will be paying per month. Other logistics that are especially important for MIIS students are how long is the lease? For some students, they may only be on campus for 1 or 2 semesters and not a full year. Some leases are for a full year and others are month to month. Additionally, it is important to check if it is furnished. Many students move to Monterey to attend MIIS. Furniture is something else that must be purchased, so it's important to know whether or not that will need to be included in your budget. Finally, it's good to ask if there is parking if you have a car. Some apartments have a covered spot or may give you a pass to park on the street. Others will not. Let's hear a few student stories about finding housing for MIIS.
I used MIIS Facebook page for finding housings, and it was very useful because at the time I was traveling abroad and I was able to access to the page still, and I was able to contact to the landlady, and I strongly recommend to use this housing page.
So I found my housing by using the MIIS Facebook page as well as websites like apartments.com and Craigslist to look through all of my options. And I found it very useful to start with the MIIS Facebook page to get to see pictures and true accounts of what the apartments actually look like. And for me, it was very important to get something that was on the cheaper side, even if I might have to commute a little bit more. So it was nice to see all of the different options that I had.
After hearing student stories, let's look at the steps involved in finding housing. First, it's important to make a list of your preferences. Things like the cost of rent and the location are some things you could consider. After knowing what you're looking for, you can start your search. It's important to message multiple people because it's likely that you will not find one on the first try. Setting up an appointment to visit a house or apartment is a very good idea. You can meet the landlord and potential roommates and see if it would be a good fit for you. After visiting multiple places, you can then compare your options. Some of these might be cost, the length of the lease, the distance from campus, and if there's roommates. This makes it easier to finally make a decision. I hope with this information you will have a better idea of how to find housing at MIIS. If you plan ahead and prioritize your preference, you got this. For more information, check out the MIIS Housing Guide. Thank you.